Did you tell him? Just send him a quick text. Hey, Dad. Just have a different attitude. Just send him a text. Ha! Good morning. Whoop, sorry I'm late. I had to get my tea. It took me a minute to get my tea. That's why I'm late. Sorry. Welcome to LoveBabz, Love Talk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. It is Monday. A little brisk. I got on my teddy bear jacket. I'm not freezing, but it's a little bit of a chill. I hope y'all are well. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I mean, the weather has been, global warming is gonna kill us all. Well, I prefer to die in warm weather, I'm gonna tell you. I'm here for it. I I like an October in Connecticut that feels like Virginia. It feels like a summer August in Virginia. I like it. I know we're all gonna die. I know, but listen, I'm here for it. I am here for it. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I did some stuff. I went to see my friend Emily Bernard give a talk on Carl Van Vechten, which was quite interesting. I didn't know she was such a fan. So I did that Thursday, and then we went to dinner at Harvest. So that was nice. And then Friday, got my nails done, of course. I didn't do any of the artistic congress. For no particular reason other than I have been to so many things that I just needed a couple of moments to just catch myself. So I didn't I didn't get to the artistic congress. I did pop on to the prison to law pipeline conversation that was hosted earlier in the day. That was quite interesting. So I did that. Oh, I missed a meeting, which I'm sorry for. I need to follow up. And uh so that was a little daunting. But it's all good. It's all good. We'll see. Yeah. I'm sorry. I do this thing where I'm responding to stuff and I'm quiet, as if somehow or other I'm not on radio. So I know people went to the Artistic Congress. There was some good discussion. Dr. Kalila was in conversation with um, Anna DeVere Smith, and I know that was pure fire. Uh, um, and a whole bunch of other things. It was just, it was just one of these weekends that just had too many moving parts. I had to MC, I was invited to MC, I was invited to MC uh Homeless to Boldness for the Christian Community Action Agency. And that was Saturday. And that was so good. I mean, it just lifted my spirits. And I don't say this to lift my spirits that my spirits were low. That's not what I'm saying. What it did was just restored my faith in humanity, that there are people out there working on the very issues that I care deeply about. That's what I'm saying. And it is good to be reminded up close and personal that there are people out here that are doing the good fighting. So I got to MC that, and it was sponsor. One of the sponsors was the New Haven Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. So that was wonderful. And that they provided the clothes for the fashion show, because these folks work, and so the clothes that they had on were work clothes. And the food was good. It was held at Concord. I feel so congested, like. mm. And the food was good. The people were lovely. I had a good time. There was a raffle. I got to see a couple of my sorors, Pia, Kanika, and Felicia. It was just wonderful. Uh, uh, so I did that Saturday. Uh, and then I went to after that, I made my way to Katrina and Michael Rice's anniversary and birthday celebration at the View, which used to be the Laurel View Country Club. Oh, now I just made the connection, the View. It's swanky as all get out up there. Like they made that thing so fabulously contemporary. I don't know who the designer was, but baby, it is nice. It is worthy of a few stars. So anyway, I went to that. That was fun. It was a good night to have a good party. That was fun. I had a good time. And it was a full day. The only thing that I regretted was that I could not make it to Linda Mickens' exhibition of Seed of the Soul. And she had her benches on display. And it was her birthday. Happy birthday. I know she does not listen to me in the morning. But I wish that I could have gotten there. By the time I got over there, it was they had already locked down, closed the gate, everything, lights off. So then I just made my way out to the party of Katrina and Michael, the Rices. We had such a good time, such a good time. And that was Saturday night. Saturday night was great. Sunday, it was all about chill. You know, I'm in a writing group on Sundays. We meet at uh 11 o'clock. And so I did that. And then I just hung out at home. I thought I was supposed to be somewhere, but I didn't. And then my bestie Jonathan came over with a really nice Pinot Noir. And we sat on the porch, talked, caught up, because I hadn't seen him in a minute. And had a good time. Yeah, his my daughter told me to tell y'all she got me a cigar, a nice one. But I didn't smoke it last night because it got late in the evening. So I might smoke it today because I don't have any place to be except to the gym and work on this daggone LSAT testing. I'll do that. What? What was wrong with her? My about to get shut off and Karen don't have no money to pay for it. Oh, okay. Well, sh- she'll learn. So that was the weekend, and here we are Monday. Monday. We're back at Monday. And so the next thing, let's see. I've got a guest today at 10:15. I've got Gelsey Bell, singer-songwriter, scholar. She's gonna be my guest at 10:15. She's performing. She's part of the Schwartzman Center lineup, but she's doing a concert at the Peabody. You know, the Peabody has been tricked out, got a new look, vibe, flavor, and she's gonna be the first performance there, November 4th. So I'm gonna come. She's gonna come and talk about, the kind of music that she is known for and interested in. And so I'll tell you more about her as we get as it's before she comes on. We have a good conversation. Um, let's see what else. And then this week, this is the last week of October. Oh boy. I have Maritza Bond tomorrow, uh, the New Haven health director. She's gonna come on and talk about COVID, flu season, all the stuff. And then Wednesday, Harry, I'm not here. I'm driving up to Western New England Law. I'm driving up to Western New England Law for the morning. Uh, and then I got some evening activities. So I'm delighted about that. Thursday is Halloween. I think I might have a party on the porch because it's going to be like warm. So listen, I've seen Halloweens where it snowed. Remember that? Just a few short years ago, we had snow on Halloween. Kids was mad. They couldn't go out. They couldn't do anything. So just say it. And Friday is November 1st. Friday is November 1st. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. And then Thanksgiving. All is moving as it should be. So I'm gonna sit here and drink my tea. I need some tea. I don't know. I don't feel bad, but I feel a little stuffy. Mm. I need to step up my tea game. I'm running out. I know I don't just drink wine. I do drink tea. So anyway, that's the way of the world. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I meant to comment on I'm on the New Haven Independent looking at the site. And I meant to comment on Jamil Ragland's uh the Lorraine and James Baldwin play that we went to see the other week, which I thought was so good. That's probably one of the best things I've seen. And I see a lot of stuff. Y'all know I go to a lot of theater, I go a lot of shows, I do a lot of stuff. And it was really, really good. I'd like to see it again to tell you the truth. You know. That's what I mean. If I had all kinds of money to do all kinds of things, I would definitely have a theater house. Or I'd throw money at the existing theater house and say, listen, can we have a Babz season? And it would go outside of their regular season so that I can have all the kinds of plays I want to see. And I would fund it. Like I would just fund that. They'd be like, this is the Babz season. So they would have their regular season and then they would create a Babz season. And I would only need like maybe three good plays, right? Three good plays of stuff that, you know, just that they would want to do, but they can't afford to do. And I would just throw money at that. That's how I would. This is how if I had Bezos, Gates, anybody's money, Oprah money, that's what I would do. I would spend my time just, doing all the things like that. That's how I would. And I listen, if somebody left me $10 million, if they left me $1 million, I just started following a guy on Instagram who is a financial consultant. I've been watching him, but he's not a regular guy. He's got some sense, but he does what he does for free. And I kind of admire that. But he said if you had $1 million, this is what you should do with it. What tea do I drink? I'm right now I'm drinking this Paris black tea. Well, the people who make it are called Paris, but it's a black tea. It's good. I love it. But I drink all kinds of tea. I'm partial to mint tea. So if y'all want to send me some mint tea, drop it by the porch. Feel free to drop tea off 75 Ivy Street, but it has to be unopened tea because I'm like Harry, I don't trust people. And I actually do trust people, but I'm starting to realize that I have to be very careful what I ask for because people tend to want to give it to me, which I'm grateful. So listen, feel free to drop tea and wine. 75 Ivy Street. I don't got no secrets. It's not hard to find me. Just follow the pretty porch. And but yeah. I just I started teaching my children to drink tea at a young age, and they clean me out all the time. I tell you, you train a child on how to go, and they'll take it from you every time. Um, so there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about this morning. I heard, listen, first of all, Michelle period, Obama period. I don't gotta say nothing else. If you didn't see her speech, if you didn't hear her speech, I don't know where they are translated in Russian and they're translated in Ukrainian, they're translated in Chinese, Japanese, Mandarin, all the languages, Arabic, Farsi, Spanish. If you not heard that speech, I listen. I bet you they played it on Fox News. That speech was so badass. That speech was badass. It was electrifying. But you know what? Michelle Obama is the closer. I'm gonna tell you right now. She is the closer. You can parade all the people you want, and they did. And everybody that came across that stage for Kamala Harris these last couple of days in Atlanta and wherever the hell else she's at, they have been phenomenal. Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, all the things, phenomenal. But baby, Michelle Obama is the closer. She's like the Godfather. I'll forget what you know. And I love Barack. Barack is my guy. However, Michelle Obama, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. She went in there and she bitch slapped everybody. She ain't hold no prisoners. She's listen, we in the final stages of this thing. I got to come and say what I got to say. And who gonna kick my ass and who gonna check me? So she went up there and was like, pow, 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 pow. And then another, Who's your mama? Who's your mama? She went up there and she got them toes. She said, let me tell you something. I ain't losing no, I lost sleep over this. What in the world? What in the If she would have said mofo, I would have like ding, 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 ding. I would have exploded. She said everything but mofo. And everything translated to mofo. She was badass. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And here's the thing with all these Trump people. And it was evident in the Madison Square Garden rally. The fact that he would allow people to get up there. And this is the BS for me, right? This is the real BS. That you get up on Monday morning and say, I'm distancing myself from the folks that came on the stage. Listen. Now, people can believe that mess if they want to. But let me tell you something. When you invite people, you know who you are inviting. Like when I host a party and I invite people, I know the climate, the atmosphere, and the vibe of the folks that I invite. That's just hospitality 101. I've spoken enough conferences. I've been on enough stages in my life. Whatever the tone is, you invite the people that reflects the tone that you want to convey. So that guy got up there and talked about Puerto Rico and Latinos are not outraged. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all for letting that man stand up there and say that. Now, I'm not saying you should have ran up there and beat his ass. I'm saying now you are very clear where y'all stand. And it's not this in parentheses, quotes, unquote, those Latinos, other Latinos. They're not talking about me. Sergio, the Riveras, the Magdalenas, Marios, Paco, Pablo, Jose, all y'all. Manny, all of y'all. Talking about all y'all from Puerto Rico. So, listen, you can go back and listen to it again if you feel like it's mistaken or you didn't think you heard what you heard. So, the Madison Square Garden is just more to, listen, if people want to know what they would have done during the time of the rise of Hitler, here's your opportunity. This is your opportunity. This is the American version of what all you people who said, I wouldn't, and this, that, and the other thing, here's your opportunity. Put your money where your mouth is, because this man is a full-on fascist, and everything behind him speaks to that, lends to that, breathes that, is that. So I'm gonna tell you something. Maya Angelou told Oprah Winfrey a long, long time ago, and we all know this. When people tell you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And I get people want to give people the benefit of the doubt. This is not even about the benefit of doubt. Donald Trump has no moral fiber, no moral character. But it's not even about his moral character. It's about each and every one of us and what we believe and what we want and what we say. You know, I would be ashamed, me personally, to have anything of Donald Trump. I would be ashamed because I would be like, and I'm not even Puerto Rican. But I got Puerto Rican friends, and I got Puerto Rican friends who I know don't get down with none of this mess, and who don't like it, are embarrassed by it, and are doing everything that they can to be out there to talk to their countrymen, their sisters and brothers, their family members, their neighbors about what is in the best interest of Puerto Ricans and other Latinos. But they are equal opportunity hater. They didn't have nice things to say about the Jewish folks. All you Jews for Trump, okay. All you Latinos for Trump, okay. Anybody, all you women for Trump, all right. They had smoke for all y'all, and you gonna sit. Listen, I don't know how you sit on the front row and let somebody piss on you. I don't get it. You sit on the front row and you let somebody piss on you, and then you lick your lips like, "Ooh, this is good." Y'all crazy as hell. I don't get it. I vote your listen. Here's the opportunity to vote your interest. I'm up on the independent. I see this black couple, and I know I know where they from. I'm not listen. I got Caribbean friends. I get it. I know they're Caribbean. I bet you any amount of money they are Caribbean people. Because let me tell you something about some folks. I'm just gonna say this mess. There are some folks that don't like American blacks because they've been fed white supremacy narrative about what American blacks are, and they don't know. They don't come knowing the American black story. Now here's the pisser. The slave ships stopped first in the Caribbean. That's number one. The slave ships stopped first in the Caribbean. So let's not forget that. I know, because the when the colonizers came, British, French, all of them, right? Dutch, German, colonizers, the influence is strong. So you feel some allegiance and loyalty to the crown, right? Because years, hundreds of years of that steady diet of that ultimate white supremacy. All right, all right. I'm always amazed at people like, well, what have they done? What have you done? How have you worked to further the what is necessary in the community? This is the thing. People want something for nothing, and I mean something for nothing in the sense that they think their vote buys them the world. No, it buys support for you to stay engaged with whomever you're voting for. That's what your vote buys you. The price of the ticket. I've just had enough. Not really. I'm going to a party, watch party. It's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good, and the food and drink is gonna be outrageous. I'm gonna get permission to see if I can live stream from there on WNHH because I think that would be really cool. Anyway, I'm just gonna let that alone. Um, but I do feel I mm, these last couple of days is coming down to it. And listen, either you know what you need to do or you don't. You either know what you need to do or you don't. I first of all, I always bet on black. That's number one. I'm always gonna bet on a sister. That's number two. Because black women know how to handle everything. We handle everything. Everything. So I'm gonna do number one. Divine nine, that's number three. Because I know how she came up. I know what she come through. And I know what it means to be in a sorority. See, that's the thing. If you don't know what it means in a sorority, you just don't know. I know. We probably took the same damn vows. So I already know. We probably crossed the same burning sands. I already know. Listen, she's an attorney. She's a prosecutor. Listen, I'm trying to be an attorney. So I already know the path. Hard. And she's a single woman. And the way, here's the thing. I appreciated Michelle Obama saying, listen, you listen, men, this is for y'all. Don't make women be your collateral. Don't let women be collateral damage in this thing. I don't understand men who don't have any regard for women. I don't know how y'all thought y'all got here. Unless you hold on to the old narrative of the stork. I don't understand men who don't have regard for women. I don't. And there's a lot of men. There's a lot of men. And I swear to God, I had no idea so many men don't have regard for women. Can't see themselves voting in the interest of women. Don't see protecting, caring for, taking care of, support. They don't see it. They have no care for that. That right there alone is chilling to me, that so many men don't give a damn about women, that don't give a damn about women, have so little regard for women. And it is crazy, crazy, just crazy. No regard for women whatsoever. And if you vote for that lunatic and his sidekick, what you're saying to women, and women who don't, women who side with him, you know what y'all need to do? If you vote for him, you need to turn over your ovaries and your vaginas. Just don't stop calling yourself women. Just stop. Just stop calling yourselves women. Just call yourselves man tools. Just start calling yourself man tools. Don't call yourself women. Don't. Stop it. Stop it. You are betraying women when you are not voting in the best interest of women. Call yourself man tools. Don't call yourself women. Because that's not how women behave. That is not how women behave. Women got to have the backs of other women. And you're not, and these women who are supporting him, they're not doing that. And please put a religious slant on it if you want to. Then that makes you even more stupid. Just call yourself man tools. Stop calling yourselves women. I mean it. Because it's just bothersome to me. Because it's not true. You're not acting like women. You're not voting with your reproductive system in play. You're not voting with your ovaries, with the protection of your ovaries and your reproductive health. You're not voting with the sense of, how to care for your person. You're not voting for the best of women and for girls. You're not. Just saying. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you what I feel. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. So I tell you in my heart, I was having a conversation with Esdale, Scott X Esdale on the dance floor Saturday night. We was getting it in there, was playing some old school music. And I was like, I went to his table, I was like, come on, let's go. I remember when you was 18, we could do this. We dancing. We had a good conversation. He's been doing a lot of work groundwork down in North Carolina. And he just was like, Babz. He's like, it's bad. I said, really? He's like, I'm not worried, but I'm worried. I said, well, you know what, Scott, I'm not worried either. I said, because you know what? The news is misleading. I'm gonna get to the news in a minute. The news can be misleading because, here's the thing. First of all, they never talk to us. And by us, I mean all kinds of black people. I mean, they go find the black people who are like ridiculous and Republican. Okay, they go find them. But they're not talking. Listen, they're not stopping by Ivy Street and asking my opinion because I got one and I can articulate it rather well. But they're not coming to me. They're not trying to talk to me because they like the chaos of it all. The press, all the press. They like the chaos of it all. They're not interested in truth. They're not interested in all the good stuff to print. They're interested in uh gossipy, celebrity, gotcha, ha kind of mess. Infotainment. So I'm annoyed with the press. And I when I first saw that the LA Times editorial editor quit, I was like, good. And then the Washington Post person quit. And I saw Brian Slatery's piece about, well, we have to, don't drop your subscriptions because of all the writers and what have you. And at first I was like, you know what, Brian, you might be right. But then I was like, that ain't on us. That's not on the readership. That's on the leadership, not the readership. The leadership created this storm. If the leadership would have said, this is who we are endorsing. So you wait until we get a black woman running for president. And now you going to say we're not going to endorse anybody when the threat of tyranny is at the door? That's the level of white supremacy that kills me. So either one or two things will be true. Y'all are full of ish, or you are very afraid of the backlash of the Donald Trump foolishness. You're afraid of the Donald Trump, Elon Musk foolishness, and all the people that back, that are with him, and the opportunity to do the right thing, the opportunity to elevate the conversation, the opportunity to sort of walk in truth and speak power to truth. And what you do, you throw your marbles down and say, oh, we're not in it this time. But you in it. And you want people to keep reading you? For what? What's the point? What's the point, Washington Post? What's the point, LA Times? What is the point? And I don't half like the New York Times either, because they sometimey too. Y'all know sometimey. That's an old black ass back in the day word, sometimey. Sometimes they with us, sometimes they ain't. So listen, I feel like Kamala Harris is gonna knock this thing out the park. The stakes are high, the stars are aligned, and she is. And then I watched the 60-minute conversation, and that white woman sitting there, and this is the foolishness. So she's like, well, Donald Trump says, Kamala leaned in, she said, and we gonna believe anything that he says? Everything out of his mouth is a lie. So why are you asking me to talk about the lies he gonna tell? Why are you asking me this? Why aren't you asking him? You know why you're not asking him? Because he's not gonna sit his white supremacy ass down and have an honest to God conversation with you. And then she said, then Kamala goes, and for him to distance himself from Project 2025, his name is in the damn document in the book 300 times. Let me tell you something. If you see my name in 300 times, I had conversations and I believe in that. If you see my name 300 times, anything. I don't understand these so-called journalists playing this game. They are stupid. And I don't know if it's because they are afraid. Let me tell you something. They give Kamala so much smoke They don't give Donald Trump nothing. They are entertained by it. They like it. He gets up there and tells lie after lie after. He lies to their face. You know where I come from. You know, if you call somebody a bold-faced liar to their face, you got to throw some hands. Donald Trump is beyond a bold-faced lie. He's like, I'm just going to go out there and tell them anything I want to tell them. They're going to go with it. And guess what he does? He goes out there and tells them anything he want to say and then goes with it. And they go with it. They don't push back on him not showing up for interviews, but they want to say to her, oh, she's not doing any interviews. You all are full of ish. The press, the American press is full of ish. When they could say to this woman, oh, she's not doing any interviews. As if Donald Trump has done what? Fox. And then these white wing sites, outlets of foolishness. That man can't string a sentence to save his life. And you think I want that MO to be president again? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. You got to be on some kind of new kind of crack. You got to be you got to be high as hell. If you think he is a good idea for this country, are you kidding me? Oh, I love the fact that Kamala and Tim Walz stomped across HBCUs. And people don't know HBCUs. They don't know that we graduate the majority of all the professionals in this country. Doctors, lawyers. They don't know. They just think, oh, you know, we know private white institutions in Ivy League. They don't even know. They don't know a damn thing about HBCUs. They don't know anything about sororities and fraternities. They don't know anything about clubs, the links, business and professional women. They don't know anything about any of that. They don't know anything about it. Nothing. They don't know how much money we. Do you know the links, the sisterhood of the links? Some of the richest black women in this country. But they don't know. How would they know? So many people don't concern themselves with the lives of black people, and the middle class black at that. They just think all black people was just poor black people. We all in the projects. They don't know nothing about middle class or well-to-do or rich black people. They don't know anything about that. They don't know the influence. They don't know the power. They don't know the connections and the connecting of that. Lord. You know, they don't know anything about it. They only know the NAACP when they feel like knowing the NAACP. They don't know anything about the Urban League. Half the time they don't. They don't know about all these other entities. They don't. It's just the level of ignorance. It's just astounding to me. We've been in this country for however long, and they know so little about us. They don't know our history. They don't know where we come from. They don't know anything. It's just wild to me. You know, just wild. Listen. I'm just glad. Maybe that's a good thing that they stay in the dark about us, and they won't see us coming at the polls. They won't see us coming. They just tell them we rising. You know, just tell them we rising, and we are. And listen, I'm with Michelle Obama. Donald Trump go out there and say all the stupid stuff, and they know it. They expect him to lie, and she got to go out there and be dazzling at every turn. Everything out of her mouth has to be She just got to be dazzling. But you know what? Black women, we understand this. We not strangers to it. We not strangers to it. We've always had to be faster, better, brighter, taller, sharper, smarter, cunning. We always had to be way more than the mediocrity of what is before us. We've never had the luxury of being mediocre. We've never had the luxury of just, when some of us went to med school, we had to be the best in med school. When some of us went to law school, we had to be the top of our game in law school. When some of us went to engineering school, we had to be the best at the top of our class. There was no sense of mediocrity in for us. None. Not one itch. We always had to be the best. We always had to be the brightest. We always had to be the fastest. We always, and that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. Black women are the most educated people on the planet. Black women are the most educated people on the planet. Black women are the most educated people on the planet. You ain't hear me. Black women are the most educated people on the planet. And it will be Black women who saves us. It will be Black women who saves us. And if you don't know that, you don't know a damn thing. And if you choose that fool over this sister, then you a fool alone. Because for me, anybody that supports Donald Trump, they support Donald Trump because he hates the same people that they hate. That's what this is for me. This is how I'm playing it. You like Donald Trump because he hates all the people you hate, except you forget that he hates you too. So so riddle me this. At some point you're gonna have to stand in the light of saying, well, damn, he hates me too. Yeah. Yeah, baby. He don't like you neither. And all these people behind him thinking, oh, he's one of us. Nope, he's not like us. Nope, 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 nope. How many times he got called? Listen, he ain't called nobody a nigga yet. I'm not in public, but I'm sure behind closed doors. Mhm. So yeah, that's all. You like Donald Trump because he hates all the people you hate. And you got an ally in your hatred. You got an ally. He's our guy because he hates all the people we hate. You gotta stand up there in Madison Square Garden and let these people talk all this mess. All of it. All of it. Like, damn. Uh, but you know what? As long as you think you're other, as long as you think that you are not who he's talking about, you know, as long as you stand in the place of being a Latino and you think, oh no, he's talking about those Latinos, those other Latinos. Or if you're Jewish and you say, oh no, he's not talking about these kinds of Jews. He's talking about those other kinds of Jews. Those other Jews. Not where I'm from. Not my family. Not the people I know. He's talking about those other Jews. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, he's talking about women, but he's talking about a certain kind of woman. He's talking about those other women. He's not talking about these women over here. He's talking about those other women. So as long as you stand in the place of pointing at the other and you don't see yourself, you don't identify with any of that, then okay. Then you're gonna keep drinking the Kool-Aid. And you're gonna keep voting in not in your best interest of yourself or your people. But okay. So I'm just listening and seeing. But I tell you what I am hopeful about. I remain hopeful that people come to their senses And that even though it may feel like or seem like, or the press is making it seem like um, that there are people that are for this kind of foolishness, I and and uh and the crowds and all this other kind of mess, and I tell you what I like about social media. And I'm gonna take a break in a minute. I like that social media can tell you all the stupid people. That's what I like. I know people are like, oh, I can't believe, I can't believe, I can't believe. I can. I like it. I like when I get to see. At first, I was like a little shook by it, like, and then I was like, then you start getting reasonable and thinking critically. Be like, all right, some of this is deliberate. Some of this is China and their foolishness. Some of this is Russia and their foolishness. But a lot of it is just, the mediocrity of folks. With a whole lot of with a healthy dose of white supremacy. You know, so I rather know that it's out there than not know that it's out there. That's my point. So anyway, I'm gonna take a break. I'm coming back with the very talented uh, Kelsey Bell. She is performing November 4th at the new tricked out Peabody Museum. And so I'm looking forward to talking to her and about her musical influence and what the New York Times says about her. So we'll be back at 10:15. So come back and hear my wonderful conversation with Kelsey Bell, musician, scholar, artist. I'll be back.
Get it out. Hey girl, here it go. Got a